So consider this is our virtual machine and we install our first web server. Okay. Our actual web server here, in this case, Apache. We install Apache and we need to mask. Okay. We need to secure this web server to the end user. Okay. So the users couldn't know which web server we are using and which machine that is pointing to. So all these things they can't find easily because we are using reverse proxy here. So this how to use the reverse proxy, we need to configure Nginx and we use the Nginx feature reverse proxy and we give the Nginx credential or Nginx IP for the user to access our application that belongs inside Apache web server. Here is our app. So before how we access the application, like we consider this is a inside. I mean, we install Apache inside a virtual machine. So using the virtual machine IP, we accessing the application with the port number. Okay, with the port number in the sense of like for each service, for example, we are accessing Apache using HTTP. Consider HTTP. So the port number should be 8080. Sorry, 80. Default port number for default HTTP port number 80. So mission IP plus the port number 80, we can access the Apache, right? So in this is a normal case, okay, how to access our application directly to the Apache server and accessing the application content using this way, IP plus port number. For now we are using Nginx proxy for reverse proxy. Okay, we install Nginx. Then we use the Nginx IP with the port for accessing what our application running in Apache web server. Like IP, then port. For Nginx, we can use a port number like 80, the default port number, HTTP. Okay, so this is inside a single virtual machine. Okay, we can do the same lab like configuring two virtual machine and install one Nginx in one machine and Apache in another machine. Different scenario we can use. But today we will configure both web servers inside a single machine and we routing the traffic using the reverse proxy. Only Nginx will expose to public. Any confusion? All of you.
Is this the special thing about Nginx that it can do reverse proxy and hide?
Right. Hiding our actual web server. It's an additional security actually to securing our web server.
It was invented in Russia, I think.
Sorry?
Nginx developers are Russian, I think.
Russians, yes. Nginx is actually open source, one of the top web server nowadays in the market. Yeah. Yes, Mahesh.
Tawfiq, what is the difference between Nginx, reverse proxy and load balancer? Is one and the same? Because no, reverse proxy is the protection to the application server from the outside the
right.
hacker something. So, but load balancer is the when there are multiple or many users are trying to log into the application server, when huge load, it's going to support, right?
Right.
So how is it the
So
same or different?
distributing load balancer is simply distributing incoming traffic to corresponding targeted machines. For example, we have running one application consider in one machine. Okay, there is two machine, identical machine. Both machine have same application, same dependency. So coming to production, we need to set up a load balancer, and we only provide the load balancer URL or IP to accessing our these applications. So coming to production, we need to balancing the incoming loads. Okay, incoming loads. This is for to maintain the machine availability, and for example, there is no load balance. Okay, only these two. No, I mean only one machine. Consider only one machine we have. So all the traffic hitting to the single machine, right? So it will
Correct.
impact the machine's performance, like CPU and memory
Correct.
going to high. So that's why we are using load balancer, and we set up the load balancer in front of some identical machines. Okay. So the load balancers know, I mean, load balancers are continuously monitoring these machines and health check of like, performance, all the things. So load balancer will collecting all the incoming traffic and routing the traffic. I mean, distributing the traffic to corresponding machine. By default,
Okay.
it's using one algorithm like round robin.
Okay.
Round robin algorithm. This is a default algorithm used by some common load balancer. So first request goes to first mission, second one like go to second one, like that. If any other mission, then it's pointing to the next. I mean, the third request going to load balancer pointing to the third mission. Again, repeat first, second, third, like that.
No, my question is, we have only one web server, where we have multiple users, where they're trying to access through a reverse proxy. So that time usually the traffic will get increased more. Okay, so how it's going to help in Nginx? Actually, I'm little confused on whether reverse proxy and load balancer is the same or different. How we are going to configure that one? Is there any load balancer is separate IP or what?
Yeah, separate IP, or else we will get the URL of the load balancer. We will get some, yeah. As per the, I mean, if you are configuring Nginx, Nginx for the reverse, load balancer, we can use the Nginx IP.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we can access Nginx. Then the Nginx reverse proxy pointing to our targeted machine. We configure the target machine details inside the Nginx configuration.
Okay.
This is not similar to this load balancer actually. Both are different.
Okay. Okay.
Amol?
Yeah, I think the load balancer you usually access as a URL or as an IP, right? So Nginx could do reverse proxy to access a load balancer, so that I think Mahesh is confusing two separate concepts, right? They do separate activities. One is
Correct.
Nginx is doing a reverse proxy, and the load balancer is whatever coming in, it's balancing it out by networking it to one computer at a time, like a round robin.
Yes, yes. So Mahesh is like you need to integrate these both, right? Or that's your question.
Yeah, that's my question is, when you're trying to when we're trying to access the application server, I mean, there are multiple users trying to access the one application server through a reverse proxy. So how we are going to configure the load balancer through a reverse proxy, or is a separate URL or IP where we are going to put it across?
Yeah, we need to set up the, like yesterday we configured load balancer using Nginx, right? So we can integrate that part for balancing the incoming traffic.
Okay. Okay.
Shilpa, you have any doubt or clarification?
No, nothing.
Fine. So simply we can switch, start the lab, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm going with the Ubuntu 22 version, okay? Version number 22.04. So I successfully log into Ubuntu. Then in this lab, we have some more configuration part, okay? So we need to configure something. So first we can install Apache, okay? So how to install Apache in Ubuntu machine? apt
Sudo apt get Apache.
yeah apt install
Install. Yeah.
Apache 2. That's the name actually. Apache 2. So by default, which port Apache use? Anyone know? I mean the protocol
80.
80.
yes,
80.
that means protocol HTTP.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of the web servers are using HTTP by default. Apache is running fine. I need to enable the port. I didn't enable port. In here, I'm going to enable two port. Okay, one is 8080, one default port. I mean, then HTTP. See, Apache is running. It works. Okay. So, how to know? For example, we surfing daily, right, using browsers. So, we log into some websites. So, how to know that website belongs to which, like, web server or not? Or, in a general way, anyone
Whether
know?
it's HTTP or HTTPS or something.
Can you repeat the question?
For example, Google. Okay, Google is a website that is running inside a web server, right? So, how to know which web server that Google use? So, we can use curl command, curl I send the URL. Copy. In our case, we didn't have a URL. We have the IP for accessing the application. So we need to just copy the entire IP, okay, like this. And the port number. Wait. See here, we can see the details of the URL, that is HTTP, date, servers. You can see Apache 2. Sorry, Apache 2.4.52 and Ubuntu. So this way we can analyze that the application belongs to Apache web server. Got it?
Yeah.
So now our requirement is we need to mask the Apache server. Got it? Only here it will show Nginx when we are entering the same command like curl the URL or the IP. So we can say our application is reverse proxy using reverse proxy. So we successfully installed Apache and verify Apache is running or not. Everything is fine. Now we are going to do some changes for our Apache configuration. By default, our Apache port number is protocol is HTTP. So the port number is 80. So now we are going to change the port number of Apache. Okay. So we can customize using Apache configuration file. So just to go to the directory. see the Apache directory here, Apache 2. So go to CD Apache 2. ls. You can see port.config. So this is the configuration file where we edit the port number and all related things. So just open the configuration file using Nano. These are the common interview questions actually coming to like web servers. So how to edit the config, I mean port number of a web server like that. Similar scenario questions there. Ports.config. See.
Even if you're trying through Linux, either Nano is the same command or the different one?
Sorry. Nano.
If you're trying, yeah, Nano. I mean, see, if you're trying in the PowerShell, right?
No, I am in actually my Linux machine.
It's on a Ubuntu machine.
Ubuntu, sorry, you're in the Ubuntu machine.
Yes.
I'm asking if you're trying in the Linux machine to comment the this one any file. Is it same Nano or something?
Yes, Nano and
caps?
Vim you can use. No
If there
problem.
any editor you like to use, you can use. You can use Emacs, Vim, Nano, anything you like to use.
Okay.
Nano is most user friendly actually. That's why I'm using. So similar way we can use Vim ports.conf. See. Then we need to choose the insert mode. So type I. Now insert mode we can add anything in the existing file. So I am going to edit the port. Here this is the listening port of Apache, that is 80. So now we are going to change to 8080. So that's fine. Then we need to exit. So first we need to type escape key, then semicolon, and read and exit. WQ. Hit enter.
Yeah. That.
Nano is like it's simpler than Vim. That's why I'm using Nano. So the first configuration is done. Then one more thing we need to change. Site enable. Yes, we just go to site available. Okay. That's another directory here. CD sites available. Here there is two configuration files, 00 default and default SSL. So we are going to edit this file. Okay. Here you can see the virtual host first. See, that is pointing to 80. So here also we need to change to port number 8080. That's fine. The Apache part is done almost. I'm just save and exit. After this, just restart the service. Okay. System CTL. Restart Apache. Now we are going to access again our web. Now you can see our page is not loading. Because now this is listening to the port 8080, not 80. Got it?
Yeah.
Can anyone try with the 8080? I can't access the port number 8080 because some privilege issue.
312.
I paste the IP in chat. It's working, right?
Yeah, it's working for me.
88.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's working for me also.
Yeah. So now what we will do is, what we done is like changing the port number, okay, for our application. Web server. Got it. So this way we can changing the port. So the next thing is we need to install Nginx. Nginx is up and running. Okay, so now we need to configure something in Nginx, okay? So same way we need to go to the Nginx directory. So this is the Nginx directory. So here we can see so many configuration files like Nginx configuration, site enabled, site available. So I am going to site available to check something. Sites available. Okay, so now we are in Nginx. Then go to your directory, site available. Sites. Here we can see a default configuration file. Just checking the configuration file. Nano. So before that, we need to unlink some default configuration file. Okay. So I'm going to unlink. So what file we are going to unlink means cd. There is a default file. C.
Do you
Yeah,
have to do sudo nano default to access that file? Because you see the default file, but it didn't open it for you.
I mean this file. We are going to unlink this file. Okay.
Okay.
So using the unlink command. So unlink. Unlink the directory etc nginx sites enabled. Then the file name. Now it's unlinked. Okay. We will link with one new file. Okay, to the corresponding directory. So before that, we just go to site available directory. Sites available. Here we are going to create one our custom file. Nano. So here we will provide the proxy settings and all. Nano code.config. Any name you can give on. So we need to provide one custom configuration file. So this is nothing. This is the server that is listening to 80. Then the server. This server is our machine public IP. Okay. So we need to edit with the latest machine. And same way, the location, then proxy pass. Here also we need to change. So it will pointing to that Apache. This proxy pass pointing to Apache port number C8080. Got it. These are all the details of Apache observer. Consider the Apache in another server. We need to provide the IP of the Apache server. In this case, the same server, these both sub-servers belongs. So that we will provide the same IP. Then the URL of the our application, Apache web server application. Here we provide the IP. If we have any URL, then we need to provide the URL here instead of IP. Got it. So in this case, we have one more file, that is our code.config, that belongs in sites available. Okay. So the next thing is we need to we unlink one default file, right, from the site enable. So we are going to link with the new file. That is, in this case, that is our code.config. So we are going to perform that. This is a way we link. Okay, ln dash s for linking linking one file, and we need to provide the file path, then where we need to link. So that path also we need to provide. Okay. So first we need to provide the path of where the code.config belongs. That is etc nginx sites available. Then the file name code.conf. So where we need to keep the file, so that we need to provide here the path. Then we need to provide this path of the default site enabled. Sorry, etc nginx site enabled. The file name. Which file name? This name, same name, right? So what will happen here? This is linking this code file to this directory. Currently, this code file belongs to site enabled directory. So now we are moving this file to site enabled. Okay. Code.conf. Yes, some of.
So in Linux, when you have a link, it's not actually the file there, right? It's in some other location. You just linked it. So
Right.
When you like the nano default inside the sites available,
not moving, it's linking, right?
So when you put nano default is in the fifth line on your screen, you ran the nano default command. It did not open the editor because that default is located in that different location, sites available code.conf. Somewhere else is located. That's why the editor didn't open it, right?
Yes, that's the thing.
So if you wanted to edit it, you would have to go inside the folder where it is located. You could have probably done a cat default and it would have shown you. But you couldn't.
You mean this default, right?
Yes, because it's like that blue color, that sky blue color is like a link for a file.
Right.
That in the color code on Ubuntu.
So what will we do is we unlink the default and we now linking with our new code, that is code.config. cd see. Now the default is moved, removed.
Try running cat.code.conf. See, it will show you. But now try nano code.conf and it won't do anything.
No, it's open.
No, it didn't open it. Okay. So you can edit the link also.
Yes.
I wonder why it didn't work the first time for you.
I also wonder. I think it's removed actually. Otherwise, we can check once again. Okay.
Or maybe the editing was not allowed on it or something.
Maybe. I think we need to use. Yeah. Now we are in root, so not use that sudo. It's not okay. Now we are going to check. Mhm. Yes, one more thing we need to do. So now one more thing we need to block like that 8080. If anyone requests to a port number 8080, we need to reject that from outside, okay? Because from outside only.
Did you go on mute by accident or your transmission got cut?
No.
Yes.
I'm just opening Paint.
You do that because you want to keep the security. Block it for the outsiders, but anybody that comes through the proper channel can go through Nginx
Right.
and,
So
and
that,
access.
yeah, right. In our case, this is our Apache, okay, and this is our Nginx. So any request that comes with the port number 8080, okay, port number 8080 from outside, okay, not through the Nginx, we need to reject the request to our Apache from outside directly, okay. It's come from Nginx, we can allow, that's not problem because we already configure the port number 8080 in the configuration file of Nginx. This is Nginx. So for the Apache, we need to block. So what will we do is we just rejecting any request coming from outside to our machine, okay, our virtual machine. We need to block the 8080. Only request, okay, not the port. So that we need to do that thing also. So we can ensure that if no connection directly hitting the 80 in our machine. Nginx is running successfully. So
What does the Nginx -t command do?
to checking the Nginx configuration is successful or not. If any mistake in the Nginx configuration file, you will get a failed. Now it seems all configurations belongs to Nginx is okay. This is a way we are going to reject or stopping the request to our machine. Okay, using IP table. Input TCP port 8080. This is a port. Okay, we need to I need to provide the IP public IP of our machine.
Public IP of Apache server, correct?
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay.
Reject. Yes, Samal.
Can you please explain this Linux command you have, the IP tables -i input -p TCP?
This is the way we disabling, rejecting some request, incoming request. So using the IP table command, we need to, these are the input, okay? Like port number 80, input means incoming request. So then we need to provide the machine IP, then reject. Reject what? The protocol TCP, that is the 8080. Then we need to reject all the incoming traffic hitting to this specified machine. So it will reject. For example, someone accessing our app machine with our machine IP with the port number 80. So that will reject by the machine. So now we can't access our like Apache with the 8080. Anyone can try? We changed.
Can you please paste this command in the WhatsApp chat so we can have it for reference?
Sure. Anyone
Yeah,
can
I
access.
tried.
Success,
I tried.
right?
They say no. The scientist can't be reached. The site is can't be reached.
Yes, because you can't access
Proxy on firewall.
Yes. Now one thing, you just remove the 80. 80 instead of 8080, just provide 80. You can access.
The site can't provide a secure connection.
But I can access. I'll show my screen.
So,
See?
184, right?
194.
32930
You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see. Mine is still spinning.
What about Amal, Shilpa?
Let me try.
Yeah, trying.
Now the point means we accessing Nginx port number. Nginx port number, default port number is 80. If we accessing using Nginx port number, we will get the Apache web page. That's our requirement.
Yeah, it stopped working for me now.
For the 8080, right?
Yes.
You remove the 8080, put 80.
Yeah, 80 is working.
When you're trying with 80, you will get Apache to default page, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Let me
that's
try.
that's our requirement. Our requirement is fulfilled. So we need to ensure that one more way using the same command line. Okay, so you can see my screen, right? Command line.
Yes, we are able to see.
So now I am trying.
Works for me.
Before, when I'm trying, I will get Apache web server, right? Now we are masked. So in this case, we will get the Nginx. Otherwise, our configuration is not well. See?
Yeah.
Got it. All of you.
Yeah.
So this is the way we masking our actual web server using Nginx Reverse Proxy. The configuration is a bit confusing, but when you go through at least 1 to 2 times, you will get the idea. We didn't deploy an application because this is an application, okay? Like this page is actually a HTML page. So, or else we can change the application, I mean, keeping some other index.html code. So now we are accessing to Nginx port. And now we will get the Apache. Got it. All of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or else we can keep an application in Apache. Just to check it out, right? I mean, like Ubuntu. This is the Apache web page. Sorry, yeah, Apache. Ubuntu. Apache. This is a page we are currently seeing. Okay, title there. Okay. See, but we are using port number 80. That is Nginx. Clear.
Magic. The magic trick.
So, anyone have any doubt?
It looks like you hacked into the canonical web server.
Yeah, it's open source, so we can do anything. And this is actually running inside our machine. And we use Nginx for viewing our web server. So no one can easily trace which web server that we are using. If I mean this way or any tools some hackers using to access the I mean our web application for a web app penetration or anything. So first uh, they will gather from details of our web server, right? Using curl command or this is simple way. They are using some penetration tools or some hackers tools like that. So first they will get the details like its the server is Nginx. So they will go through the how to exploit Nginx web server like that, go through that like that. But our application is belongs inside Apache. So this way we are masking a one layer security for our web application. Got it.
Are there layers of indirection, like multiple layers of Nginx reverse proxy? So you cannot actually find where the for security, or that's overkill?
Security actually.
No, like do people put like one Nginx will point to another Nginx that points to the actual server or something like more layers of Nginx for
That
security?
need to check like, for example, create one more layer, right?
Yeah. Do people do that?
Mm, that I think it's complex actually. Yeah. Like first jumping to the Nginx server, then again another Nginx server, then the actual server, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's coming to production, it will like time taking because first hitting, checking for the request to the one machine, one server, then it will take another time to jumping from the second machine to, second web server to the actual server.
Yeah.
And one more thing, the Nginx creating cache, okay, like in this scenario, reverse proxy, it's saving the cache. So any other next time, any other user requesting the same content, they can easily, uh, getting the web content actually. So the Nginx using cache in this scenario, like this is Apache, okay, this is our Apache. So we have an application running here, our application here, and this is our Nginx reverse proxy. So Nginx reverse proxy caching means cache of this application. Okay, so first this is the first scenario, first user accessing this application, our application, go through the Nginx and Nginx take the request and pointing to our Apache. Okay, so this way we can see our application. The next time another user accessing the same application, then the Nginx provide the same application details from the cache. No need to go to the actual observer or thing like that. Got it?
Right, it caches some data for speed.
Yes. So here the main thing is speed. The user gets the content much faster because this process is not going because the same content here in the cache. Got it. Consider this is the front end and this is the back end. And we mask the backend using reverse proxy. So that's why the Nginx have so much features like load balancing, reverse proxying, and we can use Nginx as a web server like Apache. If anyone have any doubt, or else if all are good, then we can wind up, right? All of
Okay,
you.
thank you for the reverse proxy lecture on Nginx.
Yes. All are good, right?
Have a good night, everybody in
Yeah.
US. Good morning to you in Tawfiq in India.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Good night all.
Bye.